What's going on? This is Big G from G Riders and welcome to another episode of Testing Rides. Today, I'm going to be testing out the 2017 Chevy Sonic Premier Sedan. Welcome to the 2017 Chevy Sonic Premier Sedan. Introduced in 2012, the Chevy Sonic was a long overdue update to the Chevy Aveo. The Chevy Sonic got bigger, more efficient, faster, higher quality. It just became a better car all around. And now in 2017, they added to their winning. So for this model year, Chevy added a lot of new standard features and brought their vehicle from kind of a goofy subcompact car to something that should be taken a little bit more seriously. The 2012 to 16 Chevy Sonic had weird circular headlights and taillights, and it had a weird instrument cluster inside that reminds you of one that is found on maybe a motorcycle. Now they made this into like a normal looking car. So they made the Chevy Sonic. They made the Chevy Sonic get like the typical Chevy look in the front with the more squarish headlights and then like the LED daytime running lights that's on the side there. Me personally, I like the last look better, but this look is starting to grow on me now the more and more I look at it. So this is a Chevy Sonic Premier. Standard on the Premier is those beautiful 17-inch wheels you see there, LED daytime running lights with projector headlights, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, backup camera, comes with a turbocharged 1.4 liter engine now, push button starter with smart key system, remote starter, and much more. So as I said before, this car has a 1.4 liter inline 4-cylinder that is turbocharged. That's making 138 horsepower and 148 foot-pounds of torque. And this vehicle weighs just a little over 3,000 pounds. Because the vehicle weighs a little over 3,000 pounds, it gets a respectable 27 in the city and 36 out on the highway. If you're looking to get into a Chevy Sonic, you can get into a pretty base model Chevy Sonic for around $15,000. This Chevy Sonic Premier is just a little over $20,000. I mean, with that price, you do get a lot of standard equipment, but $20,000 I think is a little too much for this car, honestly. All right, let's take a look at the inside. Inside of the 2017 Chevy Sonic Premier. Inside of the 2017 Chevy Sonic Premier. Inside the Chevy Sonic here is actually not too bad. The quality is not great, but it has plenty of space. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Alright, here we are at about eye level with me. So when I look around this car, like I put my arm right here when I drive to rest, it's a bit hard, I'm not gonna lie to you. And kind of where I like to rest my arm, it's not too substantial, so my arm just kind of slides off of here. The dash is pretty hard. Like, I haven't seen many dashes this hard before. And then I kind of like the way these vents feel. The steering wheel and like the shifters and kind of the things that you touch normally, that you touch normally in this car, don't feel too bad. Like, the steering wheel is a nice leather wrap steering wheel that's heated, by the way. It's a heated steering wheel in a subcompact car. It's pretty cool. Down over here in the middle, the screen is actually not too bad. The screen actually has some pretty good resolution, and like I said before, it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And I actually do like this gloss black trim that's all around here. I just wish they would apply the gloss black trim around the whole entire inside. So like right over here where the starter button is, all the way down here, and all the way down here. It's like, I don't know why they put this weird flat silver finish down here where where your heat controls are. Also, that same flat silver finish is found down here at the shifter. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because there's three different colors of materials in here. I understand contrasting, but they could have went with a different color. Like, maybe if they would have put this shiny silver all around here over this, and then the black, because like just around here is the only place where the black is, and I think it's a missed opportunity with making this car look a little bit better, even though they did not have kind of the budget in this car to make the interior nicer. It is a subcompact car, and you kind of get what you pay for. Take a look at these seats. So these seats are it's either leather or leatherette. I'm not sure, but it doesn't feel like it's real leather. It feels like definitely leatherette. I can tell you this: the seats are really comfortable in this car. Like, the seats don't have a whole lot of like support, like bolstering, if you're like going around the corners fast, but if you're just in this car and just cruising on the highway, you will get out of this car feeling very refreshed, and you won't be feeling tired at all. And I think for a subcompact car, that's a great trait to have. But my biggest gripe, besides the quality of this interior, is just no center console. So right down here in the middle, there's just 3 cup holders and no center console. I mean, I feel like if there's a center console here, it just adds a lot to the comfort of the car. And because it doesn't have a center console here, this car is not as comfortable as it possibly could be. Overall, the interior doesn't look too bad. It's not the best quality, but I mean, it's kind of the quality you kind of expect from a subcompact size car. And for $20,000, I actually really don't see how much, like, I really don't see why this car is as much as it is. It should be closer to like a $16,000, $17,000 car, even with the push button starter, Apple CarPlay. I wonder really what you're paying for when you pay $20,000 for this car. But if we're looking at this car as like a $15,000 car, it's not bad at all. Let's take a look at the back seat. Alright, so here in the back seat, there's actually not too bad amount of space. I have the seat back where I sit, and I'm over 6 feet tall and over 300 pounds. And, like, somebody could possibly get back there. Like, I got the seat back. I could scoot it up a little bit more, but this car has a decent amount of space in the back seat. It's not the best in class, but it's definitely not the worst in class. And as for a subcompact car, the Chevy Sonic does seem actually pretty big. This is about as much space as last generation Chevy Cruze had in the back. And the Cruze was a compact sedan, not a subcompact. But not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright. So I just got my camera back here, and as you can see, there is a lot of space back here. You could probably fit about 2 to 3 big luggages back here comfortably. And for a subcompact car, that's excellent. You know what? I'm definitely starting to see why this car is $20,000. Like, even though the interior is not that great of quality, there's a ton of space inside of this car. Like, the trunk is pretty big, the back seat is pretty big, and it does give you some decent standard equipment on here for the price. Like, that's probably why this car is $20,000, is because it's probably one of the bigger cars in the class, and you probably also pay for that turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that it has. So let's see how that thing is, and let's take it out for a drive. Not bad at all. Like, this Chevy Sonic definitely has some torque to it. Like I said before, with the turbocharged engine, this has like 158 foot-pounds of torque and 138 horsepower. You definitely feel it when you put your foot on it. So you put your foot on it, and it just goes. It's not too bad at all. This car definitely doesn't like to be floored because it's an economy car, and the acceleration sometimes is a bit delayed, but once you kind of get used to that, it becomes a lot more fun to drive. Once you get used to how the power's delivered, like you put your foot on it right there, like that. It's not too bad at all. Oh, this car has the highest amount of standard horsepower, 138. It doesn't have the best fuel economy, but it definitely has a lot of space and it has some of the best styling. I have a Ford Fiesta, and I wouldn't say I like this car better than my Ford Fiesta, because there's some things about Ford Fiesta I like more. It feels like a more real, it feels like a conventional car interior with the screen, center console, and just the way it's all laid out. And also, this car rides way too boaty for me. What I mean by boaty, it's not very sporty. It just rides like a normal car. And you know, it's not bad, it just doesn't appeal to my taste. It's like if you're just looking for you know, like a pretty good looking, semi fun to drive car, then the Chevy Sonic is definitely it for you. But if you want something that's a little bit more sporty, you should look at other vehicles. The biggest reason why I like this vehicle is just because I think it has some pretty good space in here. Like like I said before, if it had a center console, it would be perfect. And it just like, out of all the other subcompact cars I've driven, no other subcompact car rides like this. Rides like this. This is definitely the most comfortable one to drive and ride in. And for highway cruising, this is definitely the best. Like, I gotta even admit, like, my Fiesta is not great at highway cruising. You know, like when you're going, like I said, 70 miles an hour, you don't notice it at all. And I think that what separates this car from the rest of the subcompact cars. So let's do a few pros and cons, and let's go ahead and wrap this one up. So this car rides really nice. It actually looks pretty good too. It does come in sedan and hatchback configurations, and it has some good horsepower and torque. Alright, two things I don't like about it. I think it's too expensive. This is for $20,000. This car doesn't have a great interior, and I think the car rides too soft for my taste. It's not a sporty riding car, and for that, you know what? I give this car like a 7.5 out of 10. Because even though there are some simple gripes with this car that I don't like, it's still a great car. It's still a great handling car, a great driving car. It's pretty fuel efficient. Insurance costs are going to be pretty low on this car. And if you want to get a subcompact car that's going to offer you plenty of space, good fuel economy, good acceleration and power, good space, and a good comfortable ride on the highway, you should definitely look at the Chevy Sonic. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and keep riding me. Thanks for watching. Also, go ahead and look around my channel. There's other videos I've done, other video reviews I've done, so go ahead and check those out. Alright, we'll see you next time. Peace out.